morning. Good to see you right here on Your World. It's Tuesday, Relationship Tuesday, and we started a conversation yesterday focusing on the woman because in just a few days, we'll be marking International Women's Day. So we're dedicating this whole month, okay, this whole week really, to be specific, on the woman and understanding the woman in different aspects, different forms, and what really makes a woman, okay? And yesterday, we kindly end the panel of focusing on just being a woman in her soft era and what exactly does that mean, okay? But today on Relationship Tuesday, we just want to understand, because I'm pretty sure you've had this very few statements about a woman. Number one, a woman is the most complicated person ever. We don't even know. Like when they say no, do they mean yes? When they say yes, do they mean no? And one dangerous statement that a woman would make is, I'm fine, or I'm okay, right? And people say, when you hear that term, I am fine or I am okay, just know she is not okay, okay? And the other thing is women actually don't know what they want when it comes to relationships, or women are the most complicated to understand when it comes to communicating what they need and what they want. So today we really want to unpack that and go beyond these statements, really understanding what exactly does a woman want, okay? And especially when it comes to love, respect, and understanding. What exactly do women want? So we delve deeper into that conversation this morning right here on Your World. As always, feel free to be part of the conversation. We have a new WhatsApp number which will be down on your screen in just a second. And tell us, do you think women really know what they want, okay? But even as you prepare your feedback, we also have a question for you this morning on Relationship Tuesday. And the question is twofold, okay? So the first part of the question is men. Okay, what do you think women misunderstand about you? So that's the first part to the question. The second part to the question is, women, what do you wish men understood better? Okay, so there's two folds to that question. The first part is for men, okay? What do you think women misunderstand about you as a man? And the second part to that question is for women, what do you wish men understood better? So the common factor here is understanding, okay? And that goes to us, really, don't we understand each other? Because I think we communicate. We talk every day. Is it the language? Is it the how we talk? Is it the things that we say? So we're going to unpack all that today right here on Your World. And it's a fully packed show. Let me tell you, tuko na kila mtu who's supposed to be here today. So starting on my immediate left, we have John Muthembi, and I do not want to put them asunder, okay? So next to John, we have Nancy Faith. Sorry, they are a couple, in case you didn't know, okay? So John Muthembi, sorry, as well as Nancy Faith, sorry. Karibuni sana. Good to see you on the show. First time right here on Your World, sindio? Karibuni sana. I hope mnasikia vizuri. I hope Miriam hapo mmepatia kikombe ya chai hivi, Thank you so much for making the time. And yes, next to Nancy, we have Miriam Wange, who is a relationship coach. Miriam, you look amazing.
Thank you.
We see the colors and the lilies today, and the hair is different too.
Really?
The color, yes.
Oh, I think it's just fading.
Oh no, it looks really good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for making the time. It's so good to see you as well. And behind Miriam, we have Kagondo Jr., who is a counseling psychologist joining us here on the show as well. Kagondo, how are you?
Nasikia
ni kama mkombali like nafanya hivi.
Tumeka security.
Tumeka security.
Yes.
Ay, good to see you, Kagondo. Thank you so much for making the time. And next to Kagondo, we have Neema Njoroge, who leo amekuja hapa in a capacity. Yeye ni single. Tutume nini? What tume CV? Sino? Aya, sawa. And you will tell us what you want, in a relationship. What is important to you in a relationship? But thank you so much for making the time. Good to see you. And last but not least, it's a very familiar face. Lakini anakuja kama audience. Leo amekuja kama panelist, okay? Steve Mugo. Leo tena umesema uko single. Tunadeny vitu in
hapana, unajua? Single depends on whether you're married or not.
So, you're not married.
Kidole haina, lakini kuna mtu naona mahali.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, and we'll get to understand. We'll get to understand more, when we're thinking about relationships, and from your perspective as a man, and also from Neema's, perspective as a woman, young, men and women in this panel today and what relationships look like, understanding love and respect, really, what exactly does that mean? But Miriam, can we just start with you? Umetoroka lakini bado tunakufuata ukikuwa hadi na uko mbali. Anakuwa karibu na teacher every day, you know? But really, when we're talking about relationships and how they have evolved over time, people are saying relationships are becoming more and more complicated now as compared to then. And especially when we're talking about women and what they want in a relationship. So I don't know whether that's true from your perspective and the conversations that you've had, say, with your clients. What is that one thing that really comes up as far as relationships and especially women?
Thank you very much, Winnie, for the question. Ooh, Sema could be put on the spot. I don't think relationships have changed per se.
Okay.
Because the intricacies of relationships still remain to be the same. The foundations of the relationship still remain to be the same.
Yeah.
However, when now we're talking about the woman, I think what has happened in the recent past is that the woman has become more aware of what they want and what they need.
Okay.
And when women are getting into relationships right now, it's no longer a matter of it's the next big thing to do. It's usually I'm making a choice to enter into this relationship. Because I feel like previously, even with the people that I've journeyed with, most of the time people would get into a relationship just because it's the next thing. I've graduated, I have a good job, so the next thing is for me to get married, be a wife and be a mother. But right now it's more of, if I'm getting into this relationship, it's what am I getting into this relationship for?
Okay.
Is it just an accolade? Is it something that I desire, or is it something that society desires for me? But that said, most of the tenets of relationships tend to remain the same.
Okay.
It's just that the people have changed. Like, communication in relationships still remains paramount, right? Respect, honor, love still remains paramount in a relationship.
Yeah.
But because of things like social media, because of things like, what's happening in the society, people have changed their perspectives about relationships and what they want from relationships. So it's not relationships that have changed. It's the perceptions that have changed.
I see. And Kagondo, just to bring you in, because we hear this statement a lot, and I usually fight with this statement, but hey, it is a statement that has been said constantly. Women are more emotional.
Yeah.
Men are logical. So even when we're making decisions as far as love, it's like women make those decisions with emotions. Men make those decisions with logic.
It's a very interesting space to be at, yeah? And when you tend to say divide and put asunder, things to do with emotions, more so with men, I want to believe that, like my sister is saying, we are currently very empowered. And there before, we saw the African man, tagging along a lot of masculinity, machismo. They want to be very harsh. They want to be, domineering in that particular relationship. But today we find a man who is more understanding and some who are really in touch with their emotions.
Okay.
As much as, yes, we want to appreciate the fact that there's a certain crop of men who are really, aligned to the traditions and all that. And when you think about ladies, it's true. They are quite emotional, but to me, it's because they are really in touch with themselves, okay? Which we miss out in most men. But the thing is, when you talk about being logical and emotional, I tend to believe it also depends on the person per se. Because there are some men who are really in touch with how they feel, and of course they can be able to appreciate even the level of emotions that are aligned to the women that they are with, their spouse, or even their daughters. And to me, that shows the shift in terms of how we conduct ourselves, and more so when it comes to relationships and how we define them. So if you really want to be in touch, then that calls for a lot of empowerment, and that is a space where the self-awareness, like you're being told, plays a very critical role when it comes to how we perceive relationships.
Yeah. And the reason why I'm asking the logical and the emotional part, because again, today we're focusing on the woman, and I just want to understand, does that then impact how we show love and respect and understanding when it comes to relationships? And this is for either men and women.
Yeah.
But before we answer that, I want to speak to Nancy, just get to understand. So Nancy, let's go back. How many years, first of all, how many years have you guys been together? Oh, Kiswahili. Hey, Miriam, saidia. Mmekuwa pamoja for how long? Wewe na bwana yako mmekuwa pamoja for how long, like marriage? Umeolewa for how long? Miaka ngapi?
For 23 years.
Speak closer to the mic.
23 years.
So mmekuwa pamoja for 23. Steve is like, hey! So 23 years in marriage, sindio? So wacha turudi back kabla useme I do na kabla yeye aseme I do, okay? What was important to you ukiangalia relationships, mapenzi and what is it that you wanted? Ni nini ilikuwa important to you sana, and especially when it comes to ukifikiria love, ukifikiria respect na understanding? What was so important to you? Ni nini lazima tu angeonyesha ndio useme ndakuchagua wewe au wengine wote naweka aside?
Okay, kwanza tulikuwa kwa church fulani, alikuwa Asha. Niliona akifanya vizuri. Kidogo akaenda Bible school. Tukapendania hapo, nikasema tu ni wewe.
So for you, like, faith yake and his service to the church and to God is really attract sana wewe kwake.
Yeah.
Okay, so mulipatana Bible school.
Kwa kanisa.
Kwa kanisa.
Church,
kwa kanisa. So church ndio ulimuona mara ya kwanza ukasema, hey, okay, and then mkangoja kidogo. Okay. So during hii period yenye mlikuwa mna date, what are some of the things that maybe alikuwa anafanya that wewe uko zile za ananielewa, ananielewa, ananionyesha mapenzi, anani respect, like what are some of those things alikuwa anafanya ukasema bas hata sitaki macho yangu ayudi mtu mwingine, ni yeye tu?
Kwanza alikuwa anampenda Mungu sana. Alikuwa anampenda Mungu sana. Nikasema huyu lazima nimshikilie hivi na mikono miwili.
Aside from kupenda Mungu sana, nini ingine?
Kisha tukaendelea. Tukaoana, tukafanya harusi yetu tulifanya tu.
Okay.
So tukaendelea na maisha, tumekaa kwa ndoa miaka 23.
23.
Yeah.
Hey!
Hajawahi enda kwao ati amekasirika. Ama amefunga vitu, ameenda for the 23 years. Hajawahi kosa kunisamea for the 23 years. Umeongelea kuhusu kufahamu mwenzako na mwenzako akufahamu. Tulipooana, kitu ambayo imetusaidia sana ni kuelewa udhaifu wake na yeye aelewe udhaifu wangu.
Okay.
Na pia nimeelewa strength yake na ameelewa strength yangu. Sasa mara nyingi sana hiyo ndio tunapalilia, tunachunga madhaifu yake, najua hapa ana hii weakness.
Yes.
Sifai kuiamplify, nafaa kumwelewa. Sasa imetujenga, tumeishi hivyo. Mtoto wetu wa kwanza amaliza university.
Wow.
Wa pili anaingia amefanya form 4, wa tatu Mungu alitubariki na kijana kidogo. Tulikuwa tunatafuta kijana, maana ni wasichana wawili warembo na so kitu ambacho imetuweka sana ni kufahamu ndoa nyingi ama mahusiano mengi. Kwanza mnaingia aje katika mahusiano. Kama vile mnahusiana, chochote ambacho kinafanya muhusiane mkiingia nacho kwa ndoa na mkitunze, ndoa itakaa.
Ndoa itakaa. Steve, umesikia? Wacha tuende wacha tuchukue break. Alafu tukikuja tutaendelea from hapo. And especially tukiongea maneno ya communication. And the vile tumesema tukianza show, sometimes wanasema wanawake ni they're very difficult to understand. Wewe hiyo miaka yote 23 umefanya aje, si ndio? Yeah. So wacha to take a break, and then when we come back we'd want to explore more on that. But also remember the questions that we're asking you this morning. It's very simple and it's twofold, okay? So we'll come back and go through more of your feedback after the break. To stay with us. Welcome back to the show. It's Relationship Tuesday, and the conversation today is on love, respect, and understanding. And we're looking at, do women know really what they want? Okay, because majority of the times people say women very complicated. They don't even know what they want. They just say things and they don't even know what they want. Okay, but really, is that the case? You know, and especially when we're looking at committed relationships, do women really know what they want, and how important is it for them to really understand, especially when it comes to love, respect, and understanding? And we're going beyond the stereotypes as far as communication, security, and partnerships, and what exactly, you know, that looks like from a woman's perspective, because like I said, we're gearing towards International Women's Day, so we're holding on to the woman's hand this week. So the question that we're asking you, like I said, is twofold. So the first part to that question is to you, the men who are watching us, and even the men when you are caught up, I think I'll ask you this question, yeah? What do you think women misunderstand about you? So this is about you. It's not artist Gio, nani na nani. You as a man, what is it that you feel women misunderstand about you? And then the second part to this question is for women. Okay, so we're asking women, what do you wish men understood better? So understanding is the common denominator in this case. So for the man, what do you wish, or what do you think women misunderstand? Okay, and for the woman is, what do you wish men understood better? We'll be looking at your feedback in just a moment on our digital platforms. That is Facebook, X, Instagram, you know, all those at NTV Kenya, and also use the new WhatsApp number, which is down on your screen, and tell us, okay, understanding, misunderstood, and being understood better. Okay, what is it that you feel men and women should do? So before we went on a break, John alikuwa anatuambia hapa vile the things that we do wrong now as far as relationships are concerned, na anasema wao wamekaa for 23 years na kuna siku hata moja Nancy amewahi beba mizigo akasema mimi naenda kwetu, ukuja unichukue kutoka kwa mama yangu. So ulikuwa unatuambia during the break that tunachanganya
vitu. Nilikuwa nasema ya kwamba shida kubwa sana kwa ndoa nyingi na mahusiano mengi. Kwanza nirudi nyuma kidogo, wakati mlikuwa mnahusiano, kile kilikuwa kinawabeba sana, mkiingia nacho kwa ndoa na mkakosa kukitunza, kitaleta shida.
Okay.
Alafu pia nikawa nasema ya kwamba ni vizuri kuelewa mwenzako, utembee na yeye na udhaifu huo. Sasa shida kubwa ambayo iko ni wanawake wengi. Kuna swali umesema ya kwamba ni nini hii ambayo wanaume wanaona wanawake hatuwaelewi. Wanawake wengi hawatuelewi. Mara nyingi hata nyinyi wenye mko hapa mtakubaliana na mimi ya kwamba mwanamke yote anataka kukua safe.
Yes.
Hiyo ni ukweli. Anataka akue safe kwa mikono yote ya mwanaume yule atakayemuoa ama yule wanahusiana, anatafuta kwanza security. Na wanawake wengi hawatuelewi. Mara nyingi kitu kinasumbua wanawake, akiona wadada mahali popote wanakaribia mwanaume yote, wanadhania wanaume wote tuna hiyo mawazo ya kutaka kubadilisha na kusema ninapenda huyu, sikupendi. So wanawake wote wanakuanga insafe. Akiona mwanaume anakaribia sana mdada ama wadada wanamkaribia, anaanza kufikiria huyu mwanaume huenda ataniacha.
Lakini Johnson, mnasemanga nyinyi ni hunters.
Okay, inategemea kama yeye, mimi nilipompenda yeye, nilipomuona kile nilipenda kwake, alikuwa na hiyo pia moyo wa kutumika. Niliona servanthood, nikajua huyu atakuwa mtumishi wangu na atakuwa mtumishi wa watoto wangu, tutasaidiana kutafuta na kupata vitu.
Okay.
Kwa hivyo narudi tena kwa mahusiano, kile kiliwavuta. Ukiwa na hiyo mawazo ndani ya nyumba yako kwa ndoa yako, itabeba hiyo ndoa. Shida ya vijana wengi saizi wanasema hawataki kuoa, hawataki kuolewa, kwa sababu mara nyingi wao mvuto wao ni tofauti. Wanavutwa na vitu tofauti kwa ndoa. Anafikiria tu ndoa ninapoingia ndani itakuwa hivi. Badala ya kushikilia kile kiliwaweka pamoja, kila alipenda, kama vile umeuliza Nanzi, ni nini aliona kwangu akiendelea kupalilia hiyo, ndoa itakaa 23 na itaenda.
Na itaendelea.
Kama yeye ako very submissive, ni manager mzuri, niliona mtumishi na ameendelea hivyo.
Hajawahi change hata
siku moja.
Hajawahi
badilika.
Vile ule Nancy ule wa
lakini vijana wa saa hii wanabadilika. Wana hayo mambo ya kubadilika, wadada wengi anaingia anabadilika, alafu pia matarajio pia. Wakati unaolewa matarajio yako ni nini? Kama ni kupata tu watoto sawa. Kama ni kukaa kwa gari siku zote sawa, lakini wanafaa waelewe kama vile nimesema, ndoa ni kitu tofauti sana na gari na shamba. Ndoa ni kitu tofauti, na hata ukiangalia pale mwanzo vile Mungu alianzisha, alianza tofauti, it's a unit on its own. So tukiwa na matofauti zetu, haifai uhusike kwa ndoa. It has nothing to do with our marriage.
So what you're saying is most of the time and especially kwanza kama tumekwaruzana kidogo, tuna focus na wewe as a person, na si hiyo
tuna deal na hiyo kando.
Tunafaa kudeal na problem kando, ndoa ikae kando.
Kama mimi ni mchungaji, kanisa kwa mfano, kama mshirika mmoja amefanya jambo, sifai kuja na kusimama mbele nianze kukemea kwa hilo jambo. Hao washirika wengine hawajui.
Ama unafunga kanisa.
Amekuja yeye ni mgonjwa, huyu mwingine anataka hii. Unaona ni tofauti. Sasa hivyo kwa ndoa. Wakati Nancy amefanya makosa, haijahusu ndoa. Kama amechelewa kuingia kwa nyumba, haijahusu ndoa. Si amekuja, si yeye ndio huyu, si mimi nimekuja ndio huyu. Situanzia hapo basi. Haihusu ndoa. Aniambie nimechelewa kwa sababu nilikuwa kazi, nimechelewa kwa sababu duka biashara huenda It has nothing to do, sikutaki naenda kwetu, ndoa hii ni mbaya. Sasa wadada mara nyingi hapo ndio kuna shida. Wanachanganya. Hata kama mume wako umesikia ana mtu nje. Umesikia, unajua nimetumia neno umesikia. Haujaona, umesikia, umeambiwa, kwa sababu wadada wanapenda kurakota maneno. Mnajua nyinyi ni wazuri kwa kusikia. Na iko Biblia ni vizuri msikie, kwa sababu pia Ruth, Naomi alikuwa mtu wa kusikia sikia. Ndio akasikia kuna neema mahali kule Jerusalem. So kusikia si mbaya. Lakini sasa yafaa utofautisha yale umesikia na ndoa yako. Lazima ujue vile unaweka mipaka. Isije ikaingia ikakuharibia ndoa. Sasa sisi tunachanganya.
Mimi hata natoa machozi hapa Jamaica. Sasa wacha tuongee na Neema, right? So Neema, as a single woman, and with that notion that women are difficult to understand and whatnot, right? Inatoka wapi, from where you sit? Because we communicate, we are the easiest. Tunasemanga madidu zetu hivi, right? But bado kuna shida mahali.
I think sahi hiyo ni kama excuse. I feel mimi kwangu na feel ni kama excuse, because right now, especially for the 25, 26, 24, we've learned to express ourselves. That's something that I feel people have learned, to express yourself. You know what you want, because age to from 24 maybe to 28 or 30, sahi wengi ni wenye wameshatoka kwao. Wanajikalisha, wana understand finances, wana understand so many things. Ni different na kitambo venye walikuwa wanishi kwao wanakujiwa. So I feel like men sometimes take that as an excuse of when I'm complicated, unaambia mtu no, I want to support this and this and this. Nakwambia when I'm complicated, unamwambia so me would love us to do this and this. This is where I can reach, then I want to do this. But I don't feel complicated. You see, so I feel that that's an excuse. Number two, men have not stood up for themselves and what do you call it? And do the roles they're supposed to do. Kitambo, a man, I think 18, 20, was able to find something for himself, maybe a job, this. Nowadays, a 30-year-old man, bado anaweza kwambia, mimi niko kwetu bado. So I think for me, personally, that's one thing that turns me off. Kwanza mtu akiniambia, niko kwetu, topic inaisha hapo. Goodbye.
Hata hakuna chance. John amesema peana chances Neema.
Kuna chances zingine unafeel mtu ako 32 ako kwao, mtaanzana aje na wewe uko kwenyu.
Si labda ana save ndo anunue nyumba.
Sasa hiyo atangojea mwenye ako kwao.
But pia nataka nisaidie msichana yangu hapa. Hii unit ya marriage mnajenga mkiwa wawili. Hauwezi sema ya kwamba unangoja akue kwa nafasi fulani ndio wewe uende. Tunafaa tutafute wote. Sisi tukioana hatukuwa na chochote tuko nacho tumetafuta wawili. Ile mnatafuta wawili, I think itawasaidia ndoa yenu pia kusimama. Kuliko wewe unikujie kama mimi nimejipanga na wewe unakuja mikono mtupu. Alafu umesema hapa ya kwamba huyu mwanaume ako kwa baba yake, unasema huyu hapana. Lazima atatoka kwa baba yake na ni wewe utamtoa. Wakati wewe utamkubali, atakuwa amefika wakati wa kutoka.
No. Hapana.
I think what Neema is trying to say is this. For her, she as a lady already knows what she wants.
Yeah.
She's already living on her own, trying to make things work for herself. If I'm getting what Neema is saying, and you can correct me, Neema is saying, I want to see a man, hata hasemi ati akue na vitu, anasema I want to see a man anaweza jituma. You see, responsible, exactly. John umesema hapo awali, a woman wants security. This security is not just emotional security, it's not just physical security, there's also financial security. Part of that financial security that a woman is looking for, she's not saying that this man should have money. She wants to see if this man outside of his family unit, can he first of all take care of himself? And when I come into his space, as much as we'll work together, will he still be able to take care of me? You know, that's the thing. So right now she's saying, I'm not feeling secure in that. This guy who is still living under his parents' roof, under his parents' command, under his parents' pocket money, may not, and at a particular age, 32, 30, that's an, you know, it's not a very young person. How sure am I, akitoka huko, me as the woman, I'm the one who is going to be in charge of everything, and yet at the end of the day, even if we don't say it, we are still looking for leadership. We still want a man that can lead. Sasa yeye ameshajilida, anaishi peke yake. Huyu mwanaume bado life si yake juu nyumbani akifika kuna masaa anafaa kuingia. You're in someone's house, you're in your parents' house. So hajajilinda. That's the thing. Hajajilinda. Neema has been leading herself. But now she's expecting when she enters into a relationship with a man that even if she doesn't say that this man will automatically be able to lead her. This is the direction we are going. Sasa si kuingia kwa nyumba nauliza, by the way, bills zinalipangwa aje? Maji nayo tumekatiwa kunaendaje? You know, as a lady you feel like
who's the leader in this?
I know I'm an independent woman, but at this point that I'm with you, I still want to be led. I think that's what Neema is talking about.
And also when we're thinking about communicating that, a lot of women have been put in a box where if you communicate your needs, your expectations, your like how you want to feel loved, we're labeled a certain way. You're too nagging, you know, you're too demanding. Unafikiria wewe ndio huyu atanikalia. You know, like all those things that now a lot of women are like, so that how do I communicate my needs and what I expect in a relationship without necessarily losing the submissive part of me as a woman? Kagundo, I know you want to say something, but let me just ask Steve a question and then come to you then to respond to that, yeah? So Steve, the question that we're asking people, and as a young man, what is it that you feel we as women misunderstand about you men, and how does that then impact how you show love and respect and understanding in a relationship?
I think for me, I would say sometimes when men are going through something, they tend to have a bit of a disconnect, you know. And it's not because maybe we don't know how to communicate it or we don't know how to be vocal about it, but sijui nitaita boy math ama man math, but it's usually like, manze kama nakapitia hii design, siwezi taka like it affects our relationship or whatever we could be having, you know. And sometimes now, ladies, you know, nikosoe kama nilisema vibaya, but I feel like now people take it as a point of reference, unipendi, unijali tena, you know, but it's not that, you know, probably niko hapo tu, I'm dealing with something and I'm like, you know, let me first put my house in order, then we can get back at it and know the way forward. But I understand now, you know, people are communicating, you know, it's generation yetu it's a while.
Yeah.
You know? So, but now also there is a very thin line because again, you don't want to be, I don't want to say too emotional as a man, because now to some extent it's also a red flag to some extent, you know, because I had a conversation a while back with someone, and she told me, ukilia mimi nitalilia nani? Unaona? So I sat down and I was asking myself, but isn't it supposed to be like a mutual sense of security emotionally and all that, you know? So again, I feel like as men, mambo ni mengi, to be honest, I won't lie. So what I can say is, as a lady out there, kama kuna mtu unapenda mahali, give them an easy time.
Allow them that space to be emotional.
Yeah.
Okay. There was one guy, Kaguni, we all knew, don't call. And this guy said, as a man, pia na wewe be careful unalilia wapi. Usilie tu everywhere. I don't know, but yeah, just to also respond to Steve as well.
Yes, and I appreciate the fact that Steve appreciates mambo ni mengi. Muda ndio mchache.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's true that the man who needs some space, you know, to regroup, to recollect, so that he can be in a good position to show leadership, like we all agreeing. Yeah. And to me, we're looking at this element of insecurity, and I'm also thinking of where this is coming from. Yeah. And I'm reminded that every other time somebody gets into a relationship, they tag along 3 things, 4 things to be exact. That would be their past experiences, you know, what they have gone through in the past. And through this, I can think of a lady who has been with an ex, you know, boyfriend, talk about the encounter with their father, and also probably a brother who is very significant in their life, and the kind of a relationship that they had before. The other thing, and this is what I'm getting with my sister here, it would be the element of faith and, you know, the belief system, because that's very important, you know, in a relationship, especially what you believe in and the faith that you have. Think of the relationship with your maker. And my brother who also agree that the man is a priest, you know, in the homestead. And he has to lead by example and show how to go about it. And you see how we saw our significant others, say, back at home, you know, conduct themselves in terms of the faith and the belief system really contributes in a very big way. But now there's also the expectations that we are talking about. And maybe my sister here will need a leader, you know, to show up, and especially for this guy. And I'm like the direction that we are taking, because Pastor is also reminding us that, you know, the lady is the one to ensure that the man comes from the father, you know, for them to become one. But thinking about that, there is the 4th component, which is the emptiness. And most of the people come in with a lot of emptiness in a relationship. And when you look back, that will come resonate with the mother wounds or even the father wounds that we tag along with us. And I'm thinking of this young lady who mirrors the mother, the way she used to treat the father. I think of the relationship with the father also. And you see the father will play a very significant role when it comes to how the lady, you know, the kind of perception that she has in regards to the relationship and the people that she tags along with. And more so when it comes to the emotions, you know. A father who is able to handle himself emotionally, that gives a guarantee that it's okay, you know, for a man to, you know, be in touch with the emotions. But what is most important, it will be also how the man, if not the father, deals with their failures and the struggles that you're talking about. Because remember, it's not all sweet and easy, you know, in this life. And to me, there's a lot of mirroring that takes place. So in a case scenario where the lady had a lot of issues, more so mirroring where there was insecurity, say in upbringing, how the parents were relating with each other, the way that the mother was domineering, you know, even for her, she may find themselves tending to domineer in a relationship. Where the father was taking a backseat, there could be some sort of conflict because she doesn't know which role to play, you know, in this particular relationship. So what are we saying? That, you know, we tag along a lot of stuff into the relationship that we are getting into, and it's very important for us to be able to pinpoint, you know, where the gaps are, so that we can have a smooth sail in that particular relationship.
But since we're focusing on the women today, first I know you want to say something. Do you think, and this is to the men when you are up, and then we'll ask ourselves as women, do you think wanawake wanajua what they want?
Okay, personally ndasema, I'll be very open. Wanawake hawaridhikangi.
Why?
Because mkisonga kwa hii level, anasonga kwa hii.
Ingine.
mkisonga kwa hii anafunguka kwa ingine. So na I think in nature yao ni asili, Mungu amewaumba hivyo. And we just have to accommodate them that way. Tunaenda na wao hivyo, ukienda na yeye hivyo mnaishi tu. Haina shida because akiona hii nguo ni mzuri leo, sema hii nguo ni mzuri, ingine ikitokea ni mzuri, kitu fulani ni mzuri. They want good things and as you grow mnaenda hivyo. Kuna point ambayo ndugu yangu amesema hapa very important. Sisi kama wazazi, kama vile msichana wetu amesema, ni influence ya ama ni ushawishi ya kutoka kwa vile malezi mahali amelelewa. Na vijana wengi hiyo ndio inawatishia saizi. Information yenye wako nayo from the society ni kwamba ndoa ni ngumu, ndoa ni mbaya,
marriage is a scam,
watu wanauawa. So hiyo information wako nayo, as much as anataka kuolewa, wameogopa, imewaingisha uoga. Na wanatembea na mtu anasema, hata vijana kama unasikia sitaoa, sijajipanga, sitaoa. Kama mimi kanisani wengi wananiambia hii mwaka tukifuka, pastor mwaka huu this is my year. Inaisha tena ni pastor, this is my year. So ikiwa nakaa naona nauliza, ndugu dada, ulisema hii mwaka kulia, pastor bado najipanga. So wana information mingi from the community, from around ya kwamba ndoa ni ngumu, ndoa ni mbaya, wale wenye wako ndani, ama vile ndugu amesema familia yake, baba alimtesa mama, ama mama ni single mother amepitia. So wana hizo fears. Sasa hatutaendelea kuwatia moyo, na ninasema kama mchungaji, hatutaendelea kuwatia moyo waogope. Kama our parents wa forefathers, kama vile msichana yetu alisema samani walikuwa wanajituma nini, kuna pia wale wanajituma na kuna ndoa mzuri. Si vijana wote ni wabaya na ni waoga. Na sio wasichana wote ambao pia hawawezi olewa. Kuna wenye wanaolewa, as we are speaking right now, sahi kuna watu wanafanya harusi. Kweli urongo?
It's true.
Yes, kuna watu wanaingia kwa hii kitu na it works. Ndoa ni nzuri, na ndoa ni nzuri tu sana. Na mimi nitasema tu nikirudia ya kwamba kama vile ndugu amesema, ukiingia matarajio yako ni yapi? Na vijana wale waka hapa, tafadhali mkiingia kwa ndoa ni kusaidiana. Alete kitunguu, mimi nilete unga. Tukikaranga pamoja tunapata familia yenye imebarikiwa. Watoto wetu wakikula they are blessed.
They are blessed. Steve, just the same question. Do you think we women know what we want as far as love, respect, understanding and everything else in a relationship is concerned?
I'd say I think women think they know what they want, but they don't know what they want. Yeah. Because it's one thing to say, Valentine's ilipita, by the way, and so many people are on the internet taunting men and saying, unipendi, you don't buy me flowers, you didn't buy me flowers this particular day. You know, we had to celebrate Valentine's on this particular day. Kama ukunibaia maua, kama ukufanya hivi, unipendi. But there's a lot of performance and arts going around when it comes to love and relationships and affection. And now you sit down and ask yourself, kwa ground mambo iko aje? You know, because it's one thing to say you want flowers, but do you really want flowers, or you want to be appreciated? You know, do you want flowers ama you want flowers ndo pale umestreak Snapchat, Instagram, you're there saying nimetengenezewa mani bouquet. CBK, by the way, asanti kwa tulikuwa tunaumia. But here's the thing. You might communicate there's something you want, and deep down there's a very big difference between what you want and what you actually need. You know.
Why shikilia hapo kwanza? Kagoto, we have to hear your comment on, do we really know what we want? Oh, haturidhiki. We think we know what we want, but we don't know. Again, for the men who are watching us, okay, do you think we women know what we want? And even for the women, do we really know what we want? And especially when we're looking at love, respect, and understanding in a relationship, okay? Let us know at NTV Kenya across all board, and also on our WhatsApp number, which is on your screen. And just a reminder on the question of the day, which is twofold, okay? The first part is to the men, yeah? And we're asking you, what is it, you know, that you feel we women to now misunderstand, okay? And for the women, you know, what is it that you wish men understood better, okay? So we'll look at your feedback when you come back from the break, so stay with us. Welcome welcome back to the birthday. Welcome back to the show. Just in case you're tuning in right now, today the focus of conversation is on love, respect, and understanding, and we're asking, do women really know what they want? Okay, and we're going deeper and unpacking, you know, just from the normal things that we see and we say on a day-to-day basis, and especially when it comes to communication. And love, okay? And the question that we're asking you is very simple, and it's twofold, okay? The first part is to the men, okay? And we're asking you, the men, what is that one thing that you think women misunderstand about you as a man in the relationship, okay? And the second part to that question is to the women, what do you wish men understood better? Let's get to hear what you guys have to say, and especially on our WhatsApp number on the question of the day, and just really your contribution towards the discussion. So Philip, if we can have some of those feedback on WhatsApp to scare sisi tulishachapo kiboko hapa tumeambiwa we think we know what we want but we don't. Okay, we don't know what we want, but we'll unpack that more, okay? So this one says, hi guys, I'm really enjoying the show. To answer the question, as a man, I feel women misunderstand everything, guy, about us. What will make marriages work is when they are when the involved parties die to self, and also when you understand each other's personalized. Can we remove the hashtag your world? Oh, personalities. Okay, wait. Kidogo, rudisha chini so I see. Oh yes. And then they say a big question to the women. What do they want to be loved or understood? Tumeulizwa swali, okay? And then we were saying, alafu Widi, I don't know whether you have heard this topics. Sibling rivalries, dating a single dad and a single mom, do's and don'ts, and pros and cons. I think we have at some point right here on the show, okay? And then this one says, men nowadays, can we read that? Men nowadays want to be women. Hi. Yay, so bad. They want to be pampered. It's sickening. If a man is not providing loving and respectful, I'd rather be single for life. The Bible says a man should love the wife, and then the woman will submit. Women are supposed to submit to how they are loved. We are queens, for goodness sake. Okay. Hiya. Wamesema read Proverbs 31 from verse 10 to 31. Where? Sawa, we will. Hashtag your world. All men have foundations, their respective homes. Nema's perspective is from a single line of view. The flowery imagination struck feeling that being at home is irresponsibility is misplaced. First, ask why, where is it? First, ask why I have lost it. Where is it? He is at home. Wait, I'm trying to find where that is. First, ask why he is still at home. Gender-based realities differ. The socioeconomic and cultural realities evolve. For instance, take a young man raised in a female-headed home by the mother. How is he possibly socialized to view marriage? Can such a man just leave his mother's house before he is sure that he can ably protect his mother and care for a wife? He is at home for a reason. Many other scenarios are possible, so staying at home isn't a credible measure of responsibility on any person's heart. Okay. Good morning, Winnie and the panelists. I wish men understood our inferiority complex. We don't want to share our territory. Men are born with an ego. Changing them is, oh no, men are born with an ego. I think you meant ego. Changing them is a problem. Women want love and men want respect, okay? Hey at NTV Kenya, today's topic is on fire. Kwa ndoa ni kuzuri, at Stevo ni mbaya. Whoa, wait, Steve, men and women should take part in family needs. Women and men should play a role in providing for their kids, okay? All right. Hey, Neema, tuanzie hiyo. Ni kama umewasha moto pia wewe. And also answer the question, do we really know what we want as women?
For me, I feel we know.
Okay.
Especially the age 24, 28, 30, I think people know.
Okay.
The question is, do they listen to understand or they just listen? Do you understand when I communicate? Okay. Because if you don't understand, I think you should just ask. What do you mean? Unamaanisha nikulete flowers ama unamaanisha tu twende mahali? I have to be, you have to be 100% sure of what exactly I mean when I say it.
Okay.
That is one. About kukaa kwenyu. You know, I left home when I was 19, so you can't compare me at 19 and you at 30 and you're at home. But he has said, I think it's a he, he has said that because of different reasons, maybe he's raised up by a single mom,
still at home,
it's understandable.
But to you, that is
But
a
to
no,
me-
no. Yeah.
Especially ujapatana na landlord, ujui landlord. You know, I feel like there are so many things between you and me when you are at your place.
Yeah.
You know,
The responsibilities that come with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the second thing, I feel you're not able to express yourself as you. Because now you have your siblings, you have your maybe mom, so you don't know you are you. You've not stayed with yourself to understand yourself.
Interesting. Really deep insights, and I'm really curious to pick your brain, Miriam. But Nancy, you swali joinye bado tunauliza watu. Sisi wanawake, do we know what we want? Basi amesema sisi haturidhiki. Tukiona hii tunataka. Tukiona hii ingine tunataka. But wewe as Nancy, umekaa kwa ndoa for 23 years. Would you say unajua ni nini unataka, and especially tukiongea maneno ya love, respect, understanding, na Pasi amekupatia hizo zote zenye unataka? Kama iko kilosa. Pasi, funga masikio usisikie.
Okay. Mimi kwangu sijui niseme aje.
Ni hivyo, ni hivyo imeshika. Okay. Acha niseme hivi, ushaijipata in a place enye una explainia Pasi zile vitu unataka, ama yetu anajua Nancy nikifanya hii anafurahia, ama nikifanya hii atakasirika, ama namuelewa hivi na hivi. You know, like ushaijipata ama Pasi tu yeye anajuanga juu 23 years pia si mchezo. It's a long time.
Okay. Mimi kwangu yeye huwa anajua tu. Huwa anajua tu akiingia, but kutunza pia mimi kwangu kutunza pia mwanaume. Mwanaume anafaa kushiba, pia hataki kelele. Akiingia kelele, wachana na kelele. Unajua mwingine anaweza ingia tu. Sijui nini mama ameanza kelele imeanzia hapo. Mwanaume hataki kelele, kitu cha kwanza. Kitu cha pili anataka ashibe kwanza. Ndio sasa mtaongea maneno yenu vizuri muelewane. Hivyo.
Kumbe historia the way to a man's heart is through the stomach. Ni ukweli. Mpatie chakula akishashiba hivi. Sasa wewe sema maneno yako yote ile unataka. Basi ni ukweli.
Chakula siona hata niko na mwili.
Uko na mwili. Umelishwa vizuri.
Kula chakula ya mke wako.
Umelishwa vizuri. Miriam, do we really know what we want as women?
I believe we do.
Okay.
I believe we do. I just want to put it out there, first of all, that women, we are seasonal beings.
Okay.
There's something that Pastor said that a woman has a level, akifika level lingine, what they want changes. That's because we're very seasonal. We don't remain stagnant. The way I was last year is not who I am right now. There's a hormonal fluctuations, you know, and with the hormonal fluctuations comes also emotional fluctuations, temperaments are changing. So that a woman does not remain stagnant. But we do know what we want. We do know what we want. And like I was saying over the break, we may know what we want, but we don't know how, most of the time, women don't know how to communicate what they want and the importance of what they want. So sometimes, you know, like Steve was saying, does a woman know, I mean, is it the flowers she wants? Is it the affection? We exactly know what, I mean, our needs, the needs of a woman are very, we all know our needs. You find the number one need of a woman is security. Number two need of a woman is affection. Number three need of a woman is companionship. Number four need of a woman is honesty and openness. And that's why when Steve was saying, when a man is going through something, he may not want to talk about. Sasa hapo ndio kizungumkuti inaingilia. He may not want to talk about it. But the woman in his life feels, if I'm important to you and you love me enough, you should be able to feel safe to be open and honest with me, because a burden shared is a burden lighter.
Yeah.
But a man will feel, if I share, maybe atakuja nipatie input yake, aanze kuchangia, and I'm not ready for that. You know, I just want to deal with this on my own. So when the lady finds out later that you are going through something and you didn't tell them, she feels unloved.
Yeah.
We do know what we want, Winnie. We just don't know how to communicate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kagundu, how do we communicate that nyinyi hamshiki? How do we then need to start communicating to make it easier? Because I think it's... my birthday is important. I tell you once that my birthday is important. Do you need me to remind you every single time that...
Yes, very true. Very true.
Let me tell you, I'm sorry, I know, Kagondu,
It's okay.
please.
Yeah.
Men need to be reminded. I'm sorry, imagine, let me tell you, this is what annoys us the most as a woman, but I told you last year, and my birthday comes every year. Imagine they need to be reminded. That's why you'll find even in homes, there are men who will remind themselves and be like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to take out the trash, I'm supposed to do this, they'll do it. But imagine, there are some who just have to remind, by the way, trash bado haijatoka. By the way, this and this has not been done.
Yeah.
Bado bulb haija. You have to somehow. Kagondu nimedanganya?
Umesema kweli. Yes.
Why?
You know, it's all true. And I'm reminded of how the brain is structured.
Yeah.
You know, the female brain and also the male brain. Yeah? And, you know, for the male, it's actually in components. All right? And there's that particular box of nothing. Okay, so every other time you're just in this particular space where you're just thinking about nothing. And that's why it's very important for you to be reprogrammed and, you know, directed towards the right space. And wonder, we talk about the man being logical. And this is where you find that they'll take time even to, you know, to implement stuff, because for them, it is actually a project.
It has
you know?
to make sense.
It has to make sense at the end of the day. And to me, when you ask whether there are some things that, you know, for the ladies might get it wrong, especially with a man, I tend to believe that, you know, this need of the security can also turn out to be the insecurity. Okay, what you so want can also be your source of fear at the end of the day, because every other time when you pay a lot of attention to it, you're painting it with all shades of color, and this particular guy is still in his nothing box. You know, at times you might tend to think that, you know, he's not thinking about you, he doesn't mean it, he doesn't love you. You know, and to me that can bring a lot of conflict, especially in a relationship. And you see, when you talk about the needs, it's one thing, and it's another to even get to think about whether you're able to really express yourself in the right way. And think of even the love languages. Talk about quality time. I might think that, you know, since my language is quality time, that the other, my significant other, it's quality time. And this is where we need to communicate. Okay, and it doesn't cost you, you know, a lot to just even say how you want to be loved. Okay, because it's one thing to be to want to be loved, and it's another for the other person to even get the language and also to get to understand you. And I feel if we're able to take care of this, then we can avoid a lot of the conflicts that come about because of those misunderstandings that we get along the way.
So then how should we communicate? Because again, what I'm getting is, of course, we're wired differently, and even how we perceive things is different, you know, for both men and women. So then how do we make it easier for you? Like, how should we communicate? How should we express ourselves? How should we express our needs so that we don't feel, why do I have to constantly remind you? And then you're like, why do you constantly have to nag me, you know, all the time? Like, how do we make it easier for both?
Over time, we have had a discussion similar to that, and where we talked about the way that I'm able to really express myself. And to me, it all begins with the kind of a conversation that I also hold with myself. Am I really honest with myself? Because at times, and I say this time and again, many of us will be afraid to be by themselves, you know, to be left in a room by themselves. Because because one, they are not okay with the person that they are at the end of the day. When I ask people if you marry the person that you are, you know, will you actually be very comfortable to settle in with the character that you have, the needs that you have, how you tend to communicate? And that tells me that we really need to be honest with ourselves from the word go. Okay. One, getting to understand this is my personal needs. Okay. Then the other thing would be, am I really whole when I'm presenting myself to the other person? Okay. Because if you were to look at Pastor and Madam Pastor hapa, individually they are close to say 80%. You know, they have really worked on themselves, so that you don't have that desire that the other person should actually feel me. And you feel, I tend to feel that that's where we have quite some bit of a challenge, because you expect the other person to complete you, yet you also have your own gaps. Okay. And this is why we need to be very honest and do the real work, you know, with themselves. Okay, with yourself, not expecting that the other person is the one who is going to do the shoddy work. So the question is, how do I present myself to my significant other? Am I giving them a lot of work, you know, in the name of trying to meet my needs, to polish me, to elevate me? You understand? Okay. I know that will feel kind of, you know, fancy along the way, but let me tell you, it can be exhausting. Okay, especially when there's a lot of baggage, there's a lot of unfinished business. Okay, and this is why it's actually a call for everybody to work on themselves.
On themselves.
Yes.
Yeah. Miriam, I know you want to say something, but I also want you to couple your response with, because you also said, we know what we want, but then we don't know when to communicate. So then, when is the when? Okay, and how do, because Nancy alituambia mpatie chakula akishashiba tu hivi. Mambo yote, you know, useme. But Pasi, I'm curious, so between wewe and Nancy, like, has it always been like that? Like, wewe tu unajua tu Nancy akikaa hivi kidogo najua ni nini anahitaji, ama akirespondi hivi kitu kingine najua hey nikubaya. Like, has it always been like that, ama you've had to work?
I want to ask all of you a question.
Why? Yeah.
And I think we have married people here, or maybe you have a relationship. How did you know that we anakutaka? We are talking about the communication. Now, how did you know? Ukajuaje anakutaka, ukajuaje?
Yeah.
So your code unai-maintain. That is the communication ya marriage. You just maintain. Nikijua tunaanza najua tulikuwa tuna hivi. Anajua anajua. Sasa hiyo code hatuipotezi, ndio ina maintain ndoa. Najua anataka nguo. Hiyo code iko tu. Akiachilia hiyo code, mimi najua ni nguo anataka. Hiyo ni communication. Sasa shida ni nyinyi mnataka mchange communication. Maintain the code.
Okay. Tuambie Nancy alikuwa
sasa hivi.
Hiyo ni yenu. Sawa. But
so hapo kwa communication ni hapo tu utajua kama anataka anataka kitu fulani ama anataka mapenzi ama hiyo code. Ukipress tu unajua bibi yangu anataka kama ni kamudi hivi hiyo code alikuwa nayo. Ilikuwa mlikuwa relationship ilikuwa. Unajua hapa kuna kitu na miss, kuna kitu sifanyi right. So I have to change. For example, we pastors, ladies tend to be close to us, right? They will share everything. Everything to us. So, yeye pia wakati nilikuwa namtaka, kuna vile alifunguka akashare kila kitu.
Hata alikuwa amongst wale walishida.
But all ladies, kama vile nilisema, they are insecure if women come around their man. It is just normal, ni kitu iko ndani yao. Sasa nikaudhaifu kenye hata yeye pia naye ako na. So ninajua nikiona wanae namleta haraka. Namwambia hawa dada wanataka kushare kitu su. Ndio asianze kufikiria ila hakuna.
Okay.
So you have to maintain the code. Kuna code yenye wewe uliingilia box, usiwahi ipoteza. Na wewe naye ulimuingishia box. Maintain hiyo code. Ita keep relationship. Utajua tu ni birthday, utajua tu kila anataka, utajua kile ana, utajua na mnasonga hivyo. Haitaji kusema atu umesahau aje.
Senior, because
then you are changing.
Firstly, nasikia kukupatia high five. Because really, if you care, you would know. Utaenda to an extent of kwa kalenda yako, una set 2nd December ni Winnie's birthday. Like, Si ndio basi?
Yes. Ukisikia kawimbo kwa
Kagondo
jikoni.
umesikia? Amesema yes.
Unajua haka kawimbo kanakuanga na kodi yake.
Ndio.
Osha Diomba akiimba kawimbo fulani. Uko hapo kwa kitu na kasikia, you have to be sensitive.
That is really nice.
It's also a communication.
That is, you know your woman. Miriam.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about, you asked
Yeah.
me how
Mike.
do you, when do you communicate and
Yeah.
everything, and Nancy brought it out very well. She knows her man.
Yeah.
Over those years, she's learned him. So some of these things are learned experiences as you go on. But there are people who, I don't know what happens in relationships that have a disconnect. They stop, like Pasi is saying, they stop learning each other. You're growing on your own direction, and this other person is growing on their own. They stop learning each other. Nancy has learned this man. Anajua siwezi bring anything serious unless nimempatia space yake first, peace and quiet. Secondly, I have fed him with good food. He's full. I'm a relax. Then now I can bring my agenda to the table. You always have to know. I always give an example here, and I give an example with my dad because I believe, like, men are mostly all the same. I knew him. I knew when to ask for something from my dad when others didn't know that, and they always used to say I'm favored. But the only reason why I received, there's a difference between being favored and receiving favor.
Yeah.
The only reason why I received favor from that man is because I knew him. I knew he needed to come home and have his space and read his newspaper. You serve him with a nice cup of tea with a lot of majani. You know exactly how to make his tea. He relaxes. Then you go sit there. When he finishes reading his paper, he knows you're sitting there for a reason. He smiles, lifts his head, smiles at you, and you know this is my time to shoot my shot. And I tell him, hey, Dad, and I even knew how to talk to him. Simwambi, by the way, Dad, nilipia a trip. I tell him, by the way, Dad, if you have money, I don't know whether he has it, but I'm like, if you have money, there's this trip I'm going for. But I'll understand if you don't have, but I would really love to go for it. Sasa, the guy here, first of all, you've respected the fact that the money is his. Secondly, you've respected him enough to give him the courtesy of if he has the money, he'll pay for it. And then you've given him your agenda. You've not just gone there saying, demanding, hey, mi nataka kwenda. I'm going for this trip. Si unilipie.
You're my dad.
This is the pay slipper. You've approached this man with caution. You've approached him with respect, and that's what I'm trying to tie in here. How do you communicate? Once you know your person, you know what's respectful for him, and you know what is disrespectful. Kuna vile unaweza ambia mwanamume, and what's disrespectful to Pasi may not be disrespectful to Kagondu. So that's why you need to know your partner. That if I approach him in this kind of way, this is going to be disrespectful to him. This will be nagging to him, because it's not everything you tell. Even reminding your man about your birthday may not be nagging, but there's a way you can approach him, and when you approach him and it is nagging. So it's knowing your partner, knowing this is the threshold, this is how far I can go with him, this is how I need to talk to him. Nikimjibu even in disrespect. There's a lady who talked about what is this thing of submitting, nini, we are goddesses. But listen, it's true. Even the man is a king. He's a king. And even us, we are queens. We are all kings and queens, right? But what people don't understand is that the symbiotic relationship between love and respect, they exist together.
Do we feel both men and women perceive love and respect differently?
For men, they perceive love as respect.
Okay.
If you don't respect this man, ata umlete diamond from Congo, or even do what? To him, that's not love.
That's not love. Okay.
But you may not even bring him anything, but the respect you're according this man, the admiration you're according him, the encouragement for his work. You're listening about his work, you're encouraging him, you're talking to him with respect. To him, he equates that as love. For us, we equate love as affection. Be affection and being listened to and being understood. So a man he might say, but I respect you, I respect your wishes, but if he's not showing you affection, to you, that's not love. And to him, if you're showing him affection and you're not according him respect, imagine, he's not seeing it as love. And the more you respect a man, the easier it is for him to give love. Do you know why those things are in Ephesians? Those two things are in Ephesians 5:22. Because it is not easy for a man to love. It does not come automatically. They had to be reminded. Men love your wives. And do you know why submission is in there? Because it's not easy for us to respect. You see, it's not. It's not easy for us to submit. The what is easy for us ni kutoa makosa. By the way, macho yetu inaonanga makosa from here to there. We see what they have not done. It is very easy. And that's what we'll pinpoint. Hata jana haukufanya, hata ile juzi haukufanya, na by the way haujalipa bill. It's, you have to remind yourself that, by the way, but he's been good to me. Hata jana alinifanyia hivi. Even the way he talks, even the way he talks to me, even the way he spends, you remind yourself, and then you affirm him and tell him, thank you, by the way you did this. And that's why I want to bring in the issue when I said expectations are bad in a relationship. Do you know why expectations are bad? Because you will never say thank you in a relationship. Because you're expecting it. I'm expecting him to bring. I'm expecting him to bring for me that chocolate. I'm expecting him to bring those flowers. And therefore it becomes automatic. And when he doesn't, you're mad. But when you're not expecting it, Winnie, and this person walks into the house with a bouquet of flowers, you will be so grateful. When you are not expecting him to help you wash dishes, and he washes them, you're like, oh my gosh, baby, that was so good. Thank you. You know, the other day, let me finish. The other day,
sorry. No, it's true, because now I'm thinking, so how then do we differentiate between my needs and expectations? Because I think both of them are important, and I need to communicate that so that I don't get mad at you for not bringing flowers because I expect you to bring
needs are inherent.
Okay.
All right? Needs are inherent. And Kagondu talked about something. Come into the relationship whole. You're not waiting for this man to come and fill your cup.
Yes.
You have your needs, yes. You need to be to receive affection. You need honesty and openness. But it's not a must you get them from this person. You can get them anywhere else. You know what I mean? Like if you feel you're not getting enough affection from, we have girlfriends, you'll go there, you'll talk with them, you'll whatever. But when you make a need an expectation that I must get it, I must get it, and if I don't get it, there's something diabolical that's going to happen. That's when there's a problem. I remember I was living with a roommate way back, and she would cook. And, you know, I would always say, thank you so much for cooking. She's like, but see, it's automatic, so we'll cook and eat. But to me, I'm like, you don't have to cook. You don't have to cook for me. You could have decided to just come with your own takeout and you eat and you sleep. But for me, I find it that I have to inculcate in myself to be grateful for even that which was meant to be done by this person. Because I don't have to do it. A man does not have to provide. Where is it written in the Bible that a man has to provide? Is it there in the Bible, Pastor?
A man shouldn't provide.
No, it's not written.
It's not there.
It's not written in the Bible.
Oh. And then maybe as you go around saying, the Bible says.
He was given leadership, and of course leadership came with providence and everything. So when he provides for you, be grateful.
Okay.
It is not a must that he does it. You know, and even for you, when even for a man, when you cook for him, like Nancy akikuja amemletea chakula mzuri, let her know it was good food. Thank your wife and tell him, by the way, babe, thank you for this food. She doesn't have to cook for you. There are men who are not cooked for. They've never eaten their women's. There's a couple that came for counseling once. The man was complaining, I don't know how her food tastes like. He doesn't. So it's not automatic, but be grateful. Be grateful. Expectations kill gratefulness. Lack of gratefulness kills good communication. Lack of good communication kills the relationship. So are you saying expectations kill gratefulness? Gratefulness kills, lack of gratefulness kills communication. Lack of good communication kills the relationship.
But really, how much of that do you relate to? And there's this statement that we women, to social media, if he wanted to. Your statement, we will unpack when we come back from the break, okay? And we'll also come back with your feedback on the question of the day. So there's so much to come on the other side. Please do stay with us. Welcome back to the show. 33 minutes past the hour. The conversation today on Relationship Tuesday is really understanding what do we as women want, okay? And do we communicate it? Do we feel loved? Do we feel respected? Do we feel understood in relationships? So we're going beyond the perceptions, okay? And really unpacking, more on the same as far as what exactly do we mean when we say this or that, okay? And the question that we're asking you this morning is twofold. The first part is to the men, okay? What is it that you feel we women misunderstand? And for us women, what is it that we feel men should understand better, you know, as far as just who we are and what we need in a relationship. Let's look at your feedback before we continue with the conversation. Okay, this is Spencer from Suguta Valley. Women should never be in a position to understand us. Hiya. Mystery, secrecy, rules. Say what are you confused of being misogynistic? Hiya. But do you know what, Miriam? Sometimes us, we say we like a bit of mystery.
Yes.
Right? We like mystery. We like all those things. Well, we should never hire. Hello, regarding current discussion, women are somehow selfish. For example, a man might be down financially, but tell her to pay a bill, even only 1 month, and this will be a song for lifetime. Yet, a man performs financial obligations without ever complaining. Please explain. Hapo ndio karibu mtu aseme lakini si nini. That's what they're supposed to do. Higher love, respect and understanding is actually what a man needs. Women needs are simple. A home, comfort and sexually satisfied. Haya, huyu nani anasema hiyo? Okay. Higher and the right? I think so too. Yeah, I think it's the opposite. Hi, I'm really appreciating the discussion on love and understanding happening right now. One thing I've been thinking about is how sometimes we don't fully understand men when they're going through emotional struggles. At times, when a man asks for space, it doesn't necessarily mean he loves you less or wants to leave. Sometimes it simply means he's processing something internally. Instead of responding with pressure or fear, I believe that's when understanding and support matters most. Love should not always be about reacting to how we feel in the moment. It should be mutual care. Supporting each other differently in different seasons is important. I also agree with the gentleman in the red outfit. Hey, emotional support and patience can strengthen a relationship instead of breaking it. Then, what I think men should understand about women is that communication is not drama. When a woman expresses her feelings, it's often because she wants connection, not conflict. A man is called to take responsibility for his household. A woman is also can also contribute. The deeper principle is mutual care, love, and responsibility. Hi, nasikia tu tuseme basi tufunge show tumeshamaliza. Hi, this one says, hello, I was in a relationship last year. Then the man moved on because I was still attached with his feeling this year. I texted him and he told me we can bring back what we lost. But he said meeting is maybe a problem because of geographical differences, but he will try texting. What do you think about this? Is it genuine? Waliachana, aka reach out, and then the guy is like difference in terms of geographical nini. Is it genuine or not? Higher. Most of the female guests hapo have the pick-me behavior. Where? What do you mean? Please, do not kill the masculinity in men by telling them they should not provide. Men are leaders, providers, and so much more. Dear men, tap into your masculinity and watch how your relationships will work. Wait, what? Yeah, it's the same person who alisema we are queens and whatnot. So no, I think so. Okay. Hashtag your world and TV potential. Every marriage starts as a promise. However, probability reigns and some fail, whereas others flourish. I agree with the sentiment about understanding our partners. It is a proven fact that marriage life doesn't owe anyone a win. Thus, the grass will only become greener where you water it. Love and respect are two sides of the same coin. You can get value from spending this marriage currency. In my opinion, God owes you no apology if you waste your time and end up with nothing. Even in marriages, you can have a loving heart full of love, but if you never give it, you'll still be alone to face the alternative, and that is failed or broken marriage. No great idea or intention or expectation will be useful unless you invest in it. Do something purposefully, so that the marriage outlives you. Great discussion. All right, thank you. And we alijaribu kutu call Alfie, love is a vibe, self-love, partner love, just vibing. Hey! Yeah? Love is a vibe. Okay, does anyone want to chime into whatever has been said? Especially the pick me. Yeah, like, what do you mean?
I want to answer to that where she's saying we have a pick-me attitude and men should provide. We're not saying that men should provide, should not provide. We're just saying that even as they provide, it's not something they must do. So you don't have to take it as if it's what can I say? you're demanding
You're
for
demanding,
it.
yeah.
What we are saying is, when a man provides, just the same way even you, when you do something or you provide, we are trying to nurture the act of being
Gratitude.
grateful. And gratefulness encourages this person to continue going out into the harsh world to do what they are doing. Because it's not easy for both men and women. It's not easy for that man. It's not easy for even us being women. So we're not saying that they shouldn't provide. We're just saying it was never a thing that was written, a man must provide. But they do it because, after all, they've been given the role of leadership. And part of leading is providing for the family, the well-being and the welfare of the family. But when they're doing that, it's not an expectation. He can decide, natafuta job for the rest of my life, and you will provide as a woman. So when he does it, be grateful for it. That's all we're saying.
Yeah.
We're not saying that they shouldn't.
Yeah.
We're just saying be grateful for what your partner does. Whatever he puts on the table, just know he's been out there in a harsh world, looking for it, sourcing for it, and be grateful.
Be grateful.
Yeah.
Just
Just be grateful.
That's it. Okay. All right. If a man wanted to, he would. Can we unpack? Steve Ukosawa, higher. Go. Let's start from there. Unpacking that statement. And when you hear that statement, okay, what does it do to you as a man?
Kwanza inawasha kamoto ndani. Because I'm like, what do you mean if a man wanted to? He would. You know, the best example I can give, I think there was a video trending, I don't know whether it's last week, of a street kid attacking a photographer, and everyone was watching, no one was doing anything, you know. So I was a bit concerned because I was asking myself, like, hamuoni anapigwa, mbona mmesimama tu hapo? And my takeaway then was, people can, but people didn't. And the problem that is there with our current generation is a lot of entitlement, you know. Because your father has a helicopter, it doesn't mean I should have one. Manze, he's 50, 60, 70. I'm in my, early, late 20s. So there's no way you put us on the same scale. And then if I don't deliver in the same capacity he is, or maybe on Baba's somewhere, you're like, I'm incompetent. No, I'm not incompetent. Stop dating the elderly and respect them. Yeah.
Wow. Steve! Hey! Stop
dating the elderly.
and respect them.
Mnatembea na watu huku nje, and sorry to say, manze ni ancestors, living dead. Nini?
It's love. Love is love.
Hakuna.
Love is love.
Mtu ana fix meno asubuhi. Nasema hakuna mapenzi hapo. Sorry to say.
Steve, love is where wachana. Love is love. If a man wanted to, he would. From a woman's perspective, what exactly do we try to communicate when we say this statement?
So I think it's effort. It's for me, it's effort, not the elderly. The effort. Okay. The man contributes when he understands you. He understands that Valentine means a lot to you. Because you have communicated.
Yeah.
And because you love her, you would make kidogo effort.
Yeah.
That for me, that's it. Because you love her, you'll make efforts.
Yeah.
So if he wanted to, he would.
He would.
And men know how to invest on things they love.
That's true.
That one they know. Kama anapenda gari, iyo gari tosho every day because he loves it. He will invest on something he loves. So if he loves you because you have communicated and he has understood, he will
act. So then you as Neema, can we just unpack how you would like to be loved, be respected, be understood, like in a relationship? Because again, we've talked about how sometimes we think we're communicating, but we're not communicating, or we don't even know when to communicate. So for you, what would, like, if a man does all those things, you'll be like, you know what, this man loves me, this man understands me, this man respects me.
I think for me, one is respect.
Okay.
When he appreciates my contributions.
Okay.
When he listens, when he's ready to empower me.
Okay.
in different ways. For example, right now I have a business, so when he's happy about my business and he cheers me up, I think that's one way I will understand love. That one really loves me and wants the best
The best
for me.
for you. Okay.
Number 2 maybe is time giving. Of course, I'm working on myself.
Yes.
Because how I'm raised or how I started off life is different. So there are things, as Madam Mariam has
Miriam,
said,
yeah.
that I am so kama anaishi kwa staki. So I think those are things I have to unlearn, and I'm okay to say it. I have to unlearn. There are things I have to unlearn, and I've accepted it. But pia, I can't unlearn everything.
Yeah.
There are things
They're very
have
important to you.
to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I see that. Tulisema watu watume CV. Sasa tumewapatia inaitwa nini? Cheat sheets. Yeah? Cheat sheets. And yeah, you know, and all those things. Yeah. Okay. You as a young man, right? Just because we want to unpack how you understand when, say, uyo mwenye umeona. So umesema kuna ule umeona, eh? Uyo mwenye unaona. Do you, like, how, from where you sit, how would you say, this is how she wants to be loved, respected, and understood? And are you doing those things?
I'd say, okay, from how I was brought up, I think, and it's something, I think I saw a tweet mahali ikisema, people who came from families that were kidogo mrama are very confrontational, you know. Tukikosana unataka tutatue mambo iyo saa, you know. Well, nyota yangu mahali, she's not that person, you know. If there is a problem, she needs time to think about it, internalize it, and we can solve it later. Sasa I had to unlearn that because for me it was more or less of being anxiously attached, because I'm like, wah, sasa umeenda, sasa utaniacha. Nimefanya nini? Unaona? So that is one of the things. And something else I'd say is being intentional. It's something that she's been quite vocal about.
Okay.
Do something because, you know, definitely I want it, but let it also stem from a place of you wanting to do it, you know, as a quote-unquote act of service or something. Unaona? Isikwe ati sasa mekuambia, you know, buy me flowers. You go, you know, let it have a bit of a mystery, like, kimbili, niambia, nimekuletea maua. You see? So, yeah, genuinely what I can say is, back then, I think my perspective of love was a bit complicated. Unaona, ndo maana nilikuwa nakuja Tuesday na work. But what I can say is, I think also as men, we have to be very open-minded and understand these things, you know, because there are also women who have, or ladies who have come from homes that were very functional, you know. Kuna watu wanapendwa kwao. Let that sink in, you know. So you might feel like you want to project your every insecurity towards someone. Unadhani atafunga virago na atarudi kwao. There is a very spacious, furnished room kwao na anapendwa na anakubaliwa. So yeah, you have to unpack and understand what is this that I need to unlearn, what is this that I need to take in, because again, as she said, you can't unlearn everything, you can't learn everything, you have to pick, you know,
What's
you have
important.
to be picky and understand all that.
Interesting. I was really tempted to ask, like, how you perceive love versus how they perceive love, and was there at some point, you know, like a bit of conflict? Because Kanguna umetuambia we're different. How we see things and perceive these things is different, and sometimes we do things to our partners thinking they will appreciate it, but that is how we want things done, you know, and so us.
We hiyo kwanza, hiyo ni mzuri. Hiyo ni mzuri. I'd want to give a very nice example.
Okay.
I hope haoni mahali yako sahi. Anyway, yeah, the recent Valentine's, I did something. And the one thing niliambiwa is, hey babe, this time you were very intentional. I think all those other times umekuwa ukinigift hujakuwa intentional. Niko
Would you mean?
What?
My heart and my soul.
You know, because I'm like, I put in too much effort but too much effort can also be the wrong effort.
Yeah.
Unaona? Naweza kubaia shamba na utaki shamba.
That's true.
Pengine hata yezi kufaidi. Naweza kubaia gari na ujui kuendesha. Ikae hapo parking, inoki engine, and now niko hapo na kukorofisha because I'm like, I bought you a car, why don't you appreciate? You know, so I can say for me, like that bit of understanding, being intentional was such an eye opener, and I'm still learning, you know. And I think something else, well, I hope sitatakiwa kwa mtandao, but anytime she comes to where I stay, I cook for her.
Oh, that's nice.
But the mara za kwanza tukijuana alikuwa ananiambia she's come from a place of an understanding that women are the one who cook, women are the ones who, and I'm like, manze mimi napenda kupika, you know, like if I walk into the kitchen, chop onions, tomatoes, ombachi style, I sitavaa rinda ati now I'll come out of the quote and quote sitaki kusema hiyo, but you know, I won't identify as a woman because ati I've decided to cook or just appreciate my hapana, you know. And yeah, I'll conclude by saying something that one of my friends told me a while back. Mapenzi ina formula.
Yeah.
You know, love is what you make it, love is what you decide it to be. So sometimes we complicate things sana, you know. Na wezi eka engine ya nini Probox kwa Jaguar ama Mercedes.
Yeah.
So kama engine ya Jaguar wacha ibaki kwa Jaguar, kama engine ya Mercedes yes, tafakari about.
Alafu unakumbuka kitupasi alisema ile code mulianza nayo,
By the way,
if you lose it tutakutandika.
It has to sustain.
Yes, yeah. Kuna mtu yuko anasema hiyo utapika tu saa hii, wewe ngoja mkae hivi like 5 years. Utaanza kusema hii na wewe pia si upike and what not. That should not be your portion. But Nancy, so wewe umeelewa Pasi sana, unajua anahitaji nini, saa ngapi, wewe ukitaka kucommunicate needs zako unakujanga hivi saa ngapi, nini, you know. So wale wanawake wanatuwatch saa hizi, nini unaweza taka kuambia that itawasaidia kusustain either relationship yao ama marriages zao, you know. Jini mmeka 23 years strong, Pasi msema kuna hata siku moja Nancy amebeba mzigo anarudi kwao. So ni nini utaambia, you know, wanawake wale wanatuwatch saa hii?
Okay, mimi ningependa kuambia wanawake wale wanatuwatch saa hizi wachunge ndoa zao. Ndoa ni kuheshimiana. Ndoa ni kuelewana. Alafu jambo lingine, wasiwe wamama wale wa makelele kwa mandoa. Wakuwe wamama wa heshima, wa kuheshimu waume wao. Watunze waume wao vizuri. Nafikiri ni hayo tu.
Hey, makelele mwache wapi? Tuache sokoni. That's really good advice. Yeah. And Pasi as well, right? Because umesema sometimes tunachanganya vitu, you know, in a relationship or even in marriages, that things that tunafaa kudeal nazo nje tunaleta hadi, you know, ndani ya nyumba, ndani ya ndoa and what not. So what is it that you'd advise wale watu wanatuwatch, and especially the women, because today the focus yetu ni wanawake and how they want to feel loved and respected and all those things. So tawaambia nini
wamama wote ambao wanatutazama? Kwanza mjue ya kwamba nyinyi ni mapenzi ya Mungu.
Yes.
Na Mungu anawapenda sana. Kile tu nitasema ya kwamba mkae mkijua ya kwamba hao waume ambao Mungu anakupa, we unakuja ukiwa msaidizi, tafadhali na kuomba msaidie ile awe kile Mungu alimuumbia. Msaidie sana kwa kumheshimu na yeye naye akupende. Na kwa ile harakati ya kusaidiana, nitarudia tu tena ya kwamba tafadhali fanya kitu, usiwe tu mahali pale unakaa. Maana ndoa inafaa kuchochewa nyinyi wote ndio isimame. Uwezi kaa tu ya kwamba we upendo, we naye una sehemu yako ya kuichochea, mume wako pia ana sehemu yako ya kuichochea. Na ninasema tena nikirudia, upendo inakuwa. Haikwami mahali pamoja, endelea kukua. Kama vile miaka mnazidi kuchumbiana, mnazidi kuishi kwa ndoa, upendo inaendelea kukua ikiongezeka. Pia mawasiliano yenu yanakuwa. Wakati mlianza mkichumbiana, mlianza na mambo fulani machache, lakini mnapoendelea kukaa kwa ndoa, endelea kutunza mahusiano communication. Communicate, sema moyo wako, funguka. Maana mara nyingi wadada wengi wananyamaza sana, wanafunguka baada kama ya miaka 5. So jifunze kufungua moyo wako na kusema. Na elewa unasema vipi na unasemea wapi. Hiyo tu ndio inaleta shida, lakini kusema hakuna makosa. Ukisema kama ni masaa yenyu ya usiku pia inaweza eleweka vizuri. Unaweza sema, lakini elewa mume wako unaweza sema saa ngapi na wakati gani. Asiwe kwa mfano mimi ni mchungaji ndio nimetoka kwa pulpit na unaniambia yako na ngoja nikule chakula kwanza nitulie, alafu kisema. Lakini jambo kubwa ni fungua moyo wako useme, maana ndoa nyingi ambazo zinavunjika utakundua kwamba watu hawasemi. Watu wananyamazia, wanaume hawaongei. Labda ameenda kibarua hajapata kitu, ananyamaza. Mke wake anadhania yeye yuko na pesa na hana.
Na kumbe hana.
Ni vizuri usifungua moyo wako umwambie mwenzangu nilienda na sijapata chochote. Na haimaanishi imeishia hapo. Atakuelewa. Na wewe naye mama, fungua moyo wako.
Usiseme ulinikosea 1999. Fungua moyo. Asante sana Fasi. Thank you. Neema, again in like 2 seconds. Just to respond to the question that we're asking people, and for the women now, what is that one thing that you feel men should understand better? In like one sentence, what would you say?
I think according, people are different. People are raised different. So I think you should learn the person you're with, the lady you're with. Just learn her, and then now from there I think it will be a bit easier.
Fantastic.
But I love their relationship.
Yes.
And one thing I've learned is she is 100% sure the husband will do that and will do that, na hana doubts.
Yes.
And that's why it's easier for her to submit and know that untampikia stampigia kelele, because he knows what he's supposed to do.
Oh wow, thank you Neema. Kagondu, tukifunga in like 30 seconds kabla Philippa tufukuze studio. What would you say to just culminate the conversation today?
I love the discussion. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And trust the other person that they can do better and that they can also present themselves in the best way possible. It is possible to be in a good relationship.
It's possible? Hey, Miriam, 15 seconds.
I would say choose love and choose your partner all the time. Remember that you're not enemies. Like Pasi said, you're playing the same game, you're in the same level field. Choose your relationship, choose your partner, and choose to show up fully. Both of you, both the man and the woman, by listening, by understanding one another, proper communication, and according each other's space to be who you really are.
What a way to end the show. Thank you so much, guys, for coming by today. I have learned so much from the conversation today, and I hope that you've also learned so much. But hey, let's keep the conversation going on our social media platforms, and that is at NTV Kenya. But for now, special thanks to all of you for coming by today and contributing to the discussion, and to you as well for sending in your feedback. If we've not been able to go through your feedback, wacha tuziendelee kuja, okay? But if you have a question, we'll forward it to them. But for now, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on Your World. God bless. Goodbye.